we as humans often have this misconception about disagreeing with each other, that it is something to be avoided in all costs. That is something really negative. But in truth, that is the most needed thing in all of us, in our relationships with each other. That is the real basis of honesty and everything real. That you can create meaningful, lasting, real relationships that are created based on trust and honesty and open communication. There is no point trying to act that we are always the same and we would think the same. I think the goal should never be that we are agreeing on every aspect. When we are disagreeing, we are bringing our own contribution and our own vision to the table, and we are constantly giving each other things, different perspective and our own knowledge, our own contribution. And that way we can together create something more lasting, more meaningful, more beneficial. There is nothing bad being in disagreement with each other. We just have to learn to see things differently and try to set aside our egos. And after all, we all crave honesty and authenticity, even if that authenticity hurts in some moments. But always when we are agreeing each other, or at least most of the time, we are some way denying ourselves. Of course, there is no problem if you truly are agreeing with each other. But what I have seen in most of the times with people, that they tend to avoid conflict and try to act something and try to avoid disagreements, and then those people just are following each other and agreeing with each other, when truthfully their true opinions are something completely different. We all deserve to be what we are and who we are, and think how we think, and being honest and say out loud what we think. This world can't work if we are all constantly hiding and just following. There can't be just one, because nobody of us is perfect. We all have our unique strengths, our own contribution. And all these things can only work if we are real to ourselves, honest. We often think that something really awful will happen if we are honest and disagree with each other. But truly, if that person is meant to be in your life, then there should be always that open communication, and there shouldn't be something so bad to be scared of, to be avoiding being truthful. In the end, those people that are meant to be in your life should appreciate to you being honest and saying what you think. Of course, you have to use your own discernment when I say these things, that of course not always it is not good for you say all these things that you really thought about. But the main principle should not be that we are constantly fearing being disagreeing with each other. I personally think that all those answers and what we really need and for our growth and learning, creating something more real, something that was meant to be, lies in us being more of us. Stop lying to ourselves and to others. It is so exhausting trying to always pretend something that we are not, and denying ourselves. You don't should be ashamed about who you are and what you think. When you are finally honest and say out loud what you think, that opens that communication line and gives you that ability to take feedback from others, and that feedback is crucial for your development, to you to grow and recognize those areas in your life that needs improvement, or your misconceptions, your misunderstandings. I often praise the importance of open communication and overall communication, not after but beforehand. Because we are not mind readers. Only way we can understand each other better is open our mouth and stop hiding. And at all, you being dishonest to yourself and others, not saying what you truly think, and only gathering inside of you all these things is the thing that is causing friction in your relationships, and you are constantly building baggage in yourself, discomfort that have to come out in some time. It is not never truly a healthy, lasting option to be denying yourself. This world and everybody of us needs you to be honest and say what you think. How we can truly, as a world and as a society, humans, to move forward if we are not what we are and we are constantly denying this reality. If I look at my life, I only crave and want real relationships. I can't be saying that this is my true friend or my true partner if we can't be who we are and say what we think when we are with each other. Because then we don't know who that person truly is, and then we can't say who is that person to us. Only after knowing truth we can find meaning. We can categorize. We can form certain image, complete image to that object. And that is something that has to be done in order to move forward and create something real and lasting. And of course there is that possibility that you give for you being honest and real, saying what you think, that you give that possibility for others to do the same, and you are showing example for others do the same. In so many times, if you truly want something from others, the best way to achieve that is you to do those things first. Somebody have to be always the first, and if you are just constantly waiting and waiting, and that other person is also doing the same and thinking the same way, there is that possibility that that time will never come. So you can't be relying on so much on others, but you have to take also the initiative in so many aspects, in so many situations. That is on its own message. Don't fear, don't deny yourself. The true and only way for everything so beautiful, positive, lasting, something that is meant to be, is always to embracing who you are, being who you are. It is uncomfortable and something unpleasant. Of course, otherwise we all would be doing that. But when I myself say that it is worth it, and after all, nothing so destructive, so scary will not happen if you are honest. There is nothing to be fear about. Everything that was meant to be will become after that. Finally you can create something real, something that is meant to be and to be lasting in your life will stay, and everything that is not will fade away. So you are truly doing service to yourself and to others also. You often wonder why this world feels so hollow, so meaningless, that you are some way lost. Well, maybe these answers lies in these things. If you can be something real and honest, something that was meant to be, how you think that your life or anything else should be too. You have to start from you. There is no other way. Never forget that. Thank you again for being with me, and if you're interested in personal coaching, I'm offering that limited time for free. But as always, take care, and I hope you all the best. See you next time.